Hey gang, Somil here. Just wanted to let you know this is the Mogra plant, and this is one of my therapists who comes to do the therapy on mom. She said this is the national flower of Philippines, or one of the very popular flowers of Philippines. Of course, this is Mogra. It's a form of jasmine, very fragranceful, and mom has crossed this alley, passed by this alley a million times. So when she was in ICU after the stroke, immediate after the stroke, the neurologist said that it would take a lot of time for her brain to start processing after the damage that has been done due to the stroke that she had, hemorrhagic stroke that she had, and she was not able to open her eyes. She was not able to hear. She because of the hearing loss, and she wasn't talking. Only two sensory organs that were working were sense of touch and sense of smell, because she was breathing at normal room temperature without needing oxygen. And so whenever I used to hold her hands, I used to be there in the ICU right by her bedside, holding her hands. And every once in a while, she would gently squeeze my hand, and that would tell me that someone's home. And unfortunately, she was not able to communicate besides that. So one of the ideas that we had one time was that, why don't we take uh, God's idol, small idol, and she always used to offer these flowers at God's feet. So I said, let's also take this one. So I took those things and prayed over her in the ICU, sitting by her side, freezing cold. And because the temperature in that was amazing. It was so low that I also used need to have a couple of jackets and stuff. And the AC went was, anyways, that's a different story. But I took the flowers, and when I brought it close to her, because she was breathing, I brought it close to her nose, and all of a sudden I see her eyes flicker a little. That also told me that, you know what, someone's home. She's able to know because she was able to identify this. She was able to relate the sense of smell that she was getting, but the feeling of being at home. And that was a huge plus for us. And cannot tell you how grateful we were when we had that revelation. And then I would take the flowers every day, and slowly but surely she started getting better. She opened her eyes a few days later. She transferred out of ICU into telemetry, and never forgot about these flowers ever since. And in fact, recently when I was bringing her back after the walk, she told me, "Why don't you haven't watered this plant in a few days? Go and water the plant." So this plant has a special meaning for us in our family, and it's a mogra, and it's grown. It's very fragranceful. So when people come and they come to our entrance main door, and they are greeted by waft of this mogra fragrance. And right down the road, right here, just a few feet from there, is the rose bush, and this is uh, this is Dad's handiwork. He comes here, he picks the mature rose, takes it out, prunes it, cleans it up, removes the thorns, and puts it in the vase right at the center table around which the family sits. And I'm not a huge proponent of curry flowers because my take is that this is flowers are the reproductive mechanism of this plant. This is how they propagate. This is how they take their futures forward, and I don't want to chop that out because this is what attracts the bees and the honeys and the insects, which will help it pollinate and ensure the success of the species going forward. Not a big proponent, but Dad is old school. A rose has its own significance in our culture, and he so this is that, and so that's the story of Mogra and Rose. We have a bunch of other plants on the other side. I'll show you. Why don't I turn around and I'll show you? Let me show you what else we have. Right. So did you lose me? Come here, right here. Right, there you go. There you go. Come right here. So if you see here, there is there's a mint pot I grown in a pot, and year-long supply of mint. We have 4 or 5 different patches like this throughout our backyard, side yard, of course. This is another rose bush, and if you see this one, this is yellow. That was pink. This is yellow. So that alternates between whichever one is more mature and in full bloom. That takes that and clears it up and puts it there. You see this one? There's a huge part of kadi patta. Kadi patta is an incredible thing that infuses a lot of flavor into Indian cooking, Indian food. And this is bitter. By itself, it's very bitter, but when it's mixed in with everything else, my goodness, it takes the food to the next level. A part of this, a lot of people sell this. This is almost like 3, 4 feet of curry patta. But here's the good news. You see here, there is one, two, three, four, five. There's at least about 10 to 12 different uh, there's at least 10 to 12 different uh, shoots that are sprouting right here of curry patta. And if I were to sell this on Facebook Marketplace, each one will fetch me at least $30 to $50. And you do the math, 30 times 12 times the pot and the soil and everything else. This is like $300 to $500 worth right here. And I take this, I take one sprig of this and put it in the smoothie every day because this also helps you control, regulate the blood sugar because of its bitter nature. It actually balances out the sugar. So that's curry patta. Right behind me, you see that big tree, big one, this one. This is the main one. This is what has given birth to all these other ones. Orange tree, and right behind it is the lemon tree. So this is a tour of our side yard. And like I said, we have a special place in our heart for the Mogra that you just saw. Let me show you one more time, the Mogra, and we will call it off from there. So anyways, here, you see this one? And Mogra flowers are very short-lived. The lifespan of the flower is very short-lived. See, the brown ones are actually on its way out, but see the white ones? These are on its way in. So it keeps on coming and going. And like things in life, you cannot control, but you can enjoy while it's there and relish the memories when it's gone. So that's the story of Mogra. And like I said, it's a look at this one, special one. It's just blooming. And there is a flower. There's a bud here. There's 3, 4 buds here. You see this one? And this one right here. You see that? And special, special, special flower holds a special, special place in our family's heart. And that's Mogra. So this is Somil signing off from Cerritos. Over and out.